Hello, good morning everybody. Hope you're all well. Welcome to my channel and thank you for subscribing. Got a load of new subscribers again this week, so thank you so very much. Before we get sort of straight into everything, I just wanted to say a big thank you to the people that let me know last week on my last video that I put up that the sound wasn't that great, the audio was really low. So I really appreciate those comments, that really did help me. And I've got a new microphone, which I'm trialing for the first time this morning. And I feel a little bit like a BBC broadcaster. It's absolutely mahoosive. Let me just quickly show you. What a monster. What a monster. So I'm really hoping that this is going to make a big difference and that you can all hear me really well. So if you wouldn't mind, people that took the trouble to let me know last time, if you wouldn't mind commenting below, or anybody, I'd really appreciate just the feedback and just let me know if you can hear it a lot clearer and how it's coming across. That'd be fabulous. So thank you for that. Okay, so on to the actual update itself. This week I lost £0.5, so really chuffed with that. Really chuffed with that. Again, I'll just give you a very quick recap to the people that maybe just joined us this week. I know I've got some new subscribers, which is fantastic. I'm so chuffed with that. It's really great. And I know I've got I seem to have 3 different sort of types of audiences, which is like from my Facebook page. I know some of them probably listen to the vlogs and watch the vlogs, but there's other people that just follow me on Instagram. So, you know, it's trying to sort of make sure that I tell everybody without over repeating myself. And it still does feel a little bit awkward just sat here looking into this camera. I've got to be honest with you, I'm still not quite at one with it, but it's getting easier. And because I now have got this kind of like little community behind me, if you like, and I do start to feel I've got, you know, certain people that are so gracious and comment every time, and you know, I started to sort of know them and I watch their vlogs and so on and so forth, and so it doesn't feel so bad. I sort of almost feel like I am talking to you somehow, but it just still feels a little bit awkward. But anyway, we'll get past that. So yeah, the update is the recap is I've been on Slimming World for a very long time. Slimming World, and I've tried other things and bits and pieces, but most of the weight I've lost through Slimming World, which is fabulous. And yeah, I think the reason that I've called like the Facebook page and the YouTube video and my Instagram, everything is all called Lynn Rich, the Wait Is Over, because I kind of thought that was a pretty cool name for someone that's been struggling to lose weight for years and years, and suddenly the wait is over. So hence the name. So that's why I kind of chose that. So yeah, I've been doing that for a very long time, and this time I've managed to do it. Hit a couple of stumbling blocks along the way, as we all do, and I've got very disheartened. Probably back end of August, I think it was August, September time, my subscription to Slimming World had come to an end, and I started to decide that, you know, it wasn't for me, it wasn't working properly, yada yada yada. But suffice to say, it was really just me that wasn't working, wasn't the plan, and I'm back on it now, and I've got a little way to go. So I'd put on a couple of pounds. The lowest I got down to was 9 stone 9, and this week I was 9 stone 10.5. So that's the £0.5 off the £2 I put on. So I'm happy with that. So I just need to get that £1.5 off, and I'm back down to the 9.9, and I can go all the way down to my target, which is 8 stone 13. Still want to do that, and I'm going to give myself a sort of sliding scale between 8.13 and 9.5 stone. That will give me you know, some wiggle room, if you like, for holidays, birthdays, Christmas, all those things. And I don't want to have to be forever watching my weight for the rest of my life. So I do want to have this sort of sliding scale, but within a sort of a slight confine that I know I don't want to go below that or above that, if that makes sense. So that's that. The other thing I was going to talk to you about today was, as I mentioned, I've got a Facebook page, and very often, well, usually on a Monday morning, for some reason I feel inspired to do it. I do a little shout out, I call it going live, and this week I was just inspired to talk about you can't get it wrong. And it's become even more sort of meaningful to me this week. And what I really mean by you can't get it wrong is, and I hear it all the time, I've done it myself, and I hear it on other blogs, how we all kind of beat ourselves up the whole time, and I hear people say it, I've said it, and like I said this when I was walking along, whatever I talk about is generally just stuff that I've kind of experienced. I'm not saying this is right or wrong. This is just my take on it, which is what all our channels are about at the end of the day, isn't it? It's just what we kind of think about things. But yeah, what I really think is that we unnecessarily beat ourselves up over things. And I honestly believe, and this has come to me this week, I truly believe this. The reason that I've managed to get so far this time, this low, stuck to it for this long, is because I haven't beaten myself up like I used to. So again, what I'm saying is, it's so easy to say, I've made bad food choices today. I should have not had that bit of cake. Or you're laying in bed and you're like, oh, why did I go and do that? Why did I have that extra square of chocolate or that extra cake or whatever it happens to be, whatever happens to be your thing, that bit of cheese. I know cheese is some people's thing. And I've done it repeatedly, but I don't tend to do that anymore. And I'm getting better and better and better at doing it. And it suddenly sort of struck me, when we say we've made bad food choices, we haven't. Because how can it be, this is just my opinion, don't shoot me, how can it be a bad food choice if in the moment that you looked at that, whatever it happened to be, and you decided to have it, you wanted it, didn't you? You wanted it, so how could it be wrong? How could that be a bad choice? It was a good choice. It was a good choice because it was what you wanted. It was the path of least resistance at that moment. Just stay with me a second. See, in the past, I would have, and I had something I thought was wrong or off plan or whatever, and that would have just eaten me up. Excuse the pun. I would eat my emotions, and I would just, it would just eat me up. I'd be just like, oh my God, I should have done that. And then you've got that horrible, you feel bad about yourself, and you'll do anything to feel better, because that's what we all want, really, isn't it? To feel as good as we can do, whatever our size and age and race and everything else. We want to feel good. That's inherent in all of us. So when we go and do something like that, and we beat ourselves up, and we go to bed and go, oh my God, you've done it again. You've got to start over again. And it's the slippery slope. But what if we just do a little bit of reverse psychology here and just go with it at that moment and trust the plan? I think that's the other thing, is that you're worried that it's going to open the floodgates, and maybe in the past it has. And you're going to have that one more piece, and the next time it'll be two bits, and oh, I've ruined it yesterday, therefore blah, and you know where this is going. But what if you didn't do that? Because I'm not anymore. What if you say, okay, and people say, I'll have a cheat meal. I don't like the word cheat, because it implies, it gives out wrong, for me, I think it gives out a wrong message. It's sort of like you've cheated, and you haven't cheated. You've just made a good choice in that moment. That's what you wanted to eat. Now, I don't think it does make you overeat, because if you don't beat yourself up over it, and you just go, okay, so that was not perhaps what I was planning to have, but in that moment, I've just eaten that. I fancied it, and I wanted it, and I've had it. It was great. Get over it, move on. And that's what I'm kind of doing more and more and more and more. And I think that's why I've got so far this time. I really do. I think it's because I've just, the next day, draw a line, start over. I know what I need to do. We all do. You've got everyone's slightly different, but generally speaking, if you're doing the extra easy, you've got your 1A, your 1B, your free foods, your between 5 and 15 sins. So and I know it like the back of my hand. I know the plan. And I know they keep changing it. I know we need to keep checking, because the sin values do change. That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is, generally speaking, I know my free foods. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm a grown woman. And I think it's time to stop this beating up on ourselves to say, you've made a bad food choice today. I don't think you ever do. You'd never make a bad food choice, because in that second that you looked at that food and you chose to have what you wanted it. So how the heck can it ever be bad? Just saying. That's my take on that. So yeah, sorry, on my soapbox there, aren't I? Sorry about that. But yeah, I do feel quite passionate about that, and I was talking about it on Monday when I was walking along and sharing it with a few people. But I thought I'd share it with you subscribers today, is just to try and get away from that idea that we make bad food choices. We don't. If we want it and we eat it in that moment and we've enjoyed it, then how the heck can that be wrong? And how the heck can that ever be a bad food choice? Okay, so that's really all I wanted to say on that. Haven't really got any products to share with you this week. I'm food-wise, as I say, I post a lot on Instagram. I tried out mac and cheese. I've never had mac and cheese before, and I think it was in the new magazine, the December Slimming World magazine. So I tried it, and it's got one with butternut. And oh my days, it was so good. And my husband, he said, "Why have we never had this?" He said, "I need this in my life." But I know, I don't know why I always thought mac and cheese was horrible. I don't know why. But I tried it. I did put, as always, I always tend to tweak things. I always put my own sort of twist on everything. I think perhaps we all do that a little bit to your own taste, and so as long as you're staying within, what's allowed and free. But I added some bacon and leek as well, which is fine. And I used my 40 grams of lighter cheese on the top, and I put them individual. That's the other thing I'm doing this week is we're having them individual dishes. Haven't got any that are the same or matching, unfortunately. But we've all, myself, my husband, and my dad, as you know, that lives with me, I've been putting it into little pots, like ramekin things. And that's really nice because it helps with the portion control. You kind of know what you're having. But it's something kind of, I don't know, it's quite nice just to sort of have your little pot with your lid, and you take your lid off and you've got your shepherd's pie, or in this case it was mac and cheese. And I had it with like a big salad. I did put a photograph up on Instagram if you want to go over and have a look there. But it was so tasty. So that was new. I'm using my Active Fry quite a lot this week, and I have got my book, The Skinny Active Fry Cookbook. Is that going to focus? That's really good. Thoroughly recommend that. There's again some things in there that I hadn't thought of trying. I've put the sweet potato chips in there this week. There was a chicken recipe. Where was it? Garlic chicken. That was really nice. Anything else that comes to mind? Oh, sauteed kale and spinach. I haven't actually done this, but I saw this in there, and I want to try that, so I'm going to do that. Oh, the herb butternut squash. That was the other one I did try, and that was lovely. And again, I wouldn't have thought of cooking my butternut in my Active Fry necessarily. So yeah, there's loads of these types of things out there, but it's called the Skinny Active Fry. So again, it's obviously going to be very sort of lean and Slimming World friendly most of the time. And where it says put oil, I just put fry light. I just spray fry light in it, and it works very well. Quite like with the oxo. I know a lot of people on YouTube and that are putting the oxo cubes in with their roast potatoes and that now. I've tried that. That's really nice too. So yeah, I can thoroughly recommend that. I think that's about it for this week as far as, so I haven't tried any new products. I'm still enjoying my winter spice, the Ribena winter spice, still loving that. Still trying to up my skincare thing. I know I talked about that last week. I'm trying to keep that up. So yeah, I don't know if the skin's looking it's quite yeah, it's quite sort of shiny this morning. I'm quite happy with that. So because it's quite, it's wind out there, and the colder air really dries the skin out, doesn't it? I've got quite naturally oily skin, but I do find that in this time of year it does suffer a little bit. So every night I'm sitting there and I'm getting my wipes out, so I'm doing that, what I said I would do, keeping my nails, keeping them, sort of buffing them overnight when I'm just sat there watching the telly. Yeah, so I'm definitely trying to dip a face pack. I've got a photograph of that, which I do need to put up. It's just a jokey one. I just took a bit with my face pack on, just to kind of prove that I did it really. But yeah, that's all good fun. So yeah, I think that's all I'm going to say for this week. So I hope you guys are doing well. Loving all your vlogs as always. Thanks again, as I say, to all my new subscribers. Really do appreciate it, and I love watching yours back. So yeah, do put a comment down. I know who's watching, and if I'm not already subscribed to you, I absolutely will go and subscribe, because it's lovely to have more people, because even if we're all doing the Slimming World journey, we're all taking a slightly different route. We've all got a different take on the world. We've all got different ideas. We've all got different families, different trials and tribulations, worries and concerns, and all that kind of thing. So, and a problem shared and all that is a problem halved. So I get inspired by that. That helps keep me motivated. I hope in return that you get something from my vlogs and what I put on Facebook and everything else. So between us, we can kind of keep each other buoyed up and it's just lovely having this little kind of extended family that I look forward to. I get a little note in my email to say so and so has uploaded a new vlog, and I think, yeah, I always sort of like keep them and think, well, yeah, I'm going to listen to that later. And sometimes when I'm out with my walks, I just listen to one, or when I'm in bed, or if I wake up early and I look at the clock, I think, oh, I've got half an hour or so, and go through somebody and just kind of listen to their vlog, and it sets you up for the day, especially when they're doing well, and they're nice and positive, and there's not too much moaning and whinging going on, because that can be a little bit, when there's too much of that. I know we all have our moans and stuff, but if we can try and keep this as light as we can, try and keep it light-hearted, try and enjoy this journey, because let's face it, it's not just for a little while. It's probably, well, it is going to be for the rest of my days, because, well, certainly for me, I can never go back to the way I was, nor would I want to. And I hope this time I've got it licked. I think I have, because coming full circle, I've definitely took my foot off the gas as far as I'm not in any major rush. I don't rush about anything anymore. I like that idea. I like the fact that I'm no longer rushing to do anything. It's everything will happen in its own good time. And it seems to happen a darn sight quicker and easier and less painful when you're not so hung up about it. So let's go and put our feet in the water. Anyway, have a great day, everybody. Thanks again. And yeah, please just let me know how the sound quality is. I really appreciate it. Okay. Take care, everybody. Speak to you soon. Bye.